Hey, Crypto Growth fam, how's it going? This is your host Shazib signing in. We're back with another video, guys. In this video, we will be discussing XDC network. Crypto is a national security concern. It's going to be an interesting one, guys, so make sure to watch till the end. And folks, for those of you who are new to the channel, we primarily discuss utility coins and potential gems. If you're interested in any of that stuff, then subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon for regular videos. And you can also support the channel by becoming a Patreon. Anyways, let's see what's happening with XDC in real time, folks. Anything new for us? Any new information? Guys, look at this. This is from Tokenizer over here, always coming up with awesome posts about XDC and utility projects. XDC is solving a 140 plus year problem. The Bills of Exchange Act released 1882 and is a legal model for all trade to be inked in pen and paper. Obviously, we're long past the days of pen and paper. Obviously, we're past that. We have come a long way. We have gone through the technological evolution from the Renaissance area all the way to the modern era, and now artificial intelligence is here. We should these outdated systems need to change in the world of finance. The payment structure, the banking system is outdated, and it needs a true overhaul. And as well as the global trade finance landscape, XDC network can totally disrupt that, folks. And this is where MLETR and Enigio on XDC comes in under compliance to the new UK EDTA. Talking about compliance, folks, we're going to be talking about why does regulation matters when it comes to national security. We're going to be looking at that in a moment. Look at this, business and finance. The SEC over here is trading as well. Anyways, this is the Electronic Trade Documents Act, which legally began in the UK in 2023. In other words, the UK had officially put MLETR under UN CITRAL into legal action. Folks, the model laws, the regime, the electronic trade regime, it is here, and XDC is leading it in the world of crypto, at least. By the way, we'll talk about the price as well in a moment. So yeah, from that point on, electronic documents could legally be used in the UK for trade without the need of paper-based bills and invoices. As you know, that XDC is working to tokenize bills of lading, invoices, and a lot of stuff that in the global trade finance that was first done on pen and paper. It needs to change, folks. We need something that is transparent, that is immutable, and a blockchain can provide that. Look at this. The UK approach to transferable electronic records to reflect the United Nations Commission on International Trade Law, UN CITRAL's model law in MLETR, was to look at and solve the problem for trade of having certain documents not being capable of being created as digital documents. So, ETDA does not address electronic records as a whole, but looks at specific trade documents with a view to making the electronic version of them effective under English law. So, folks, now laws are being involved, legal aspects are being involved, regulations are being involved, governments are being involved, states are being involved. This is how this industry and the world of finance is evolving. Electronic payment obligations. ETDA focuses on two key payment obligations, the promissory note and the bill of exchange. Both of these are often used to facilitate payment for goods and services. Each of them has its origins in the Bills of Exchange Act 1882. And not unsurprisingly, having a dematerialized asset was not in its contemplation. Awesome. The approach of ETDA was to provide that the legal effect of an electronic record that complied with ETDA would be the same as if it were a paper document. So, folks, this is sort of an alternative, a better alternative, and a much more efficient, optimized alternative in comparison to a paper document or the outdated structure. Requirements of ETDA. This act states that a person may possess, endorse, or part with possession of an electronic record complying with the act, and it will have the same effect as an equivalent paper trade document. Now, this is the crucial point, folks. This is where legally everything is being consolidated. For those of you that do not know and are not realizing, this is huge. This statement over here is huge. For instance, if a dispute happens or the case goes to the court, in the past, you had to present a paper trade document as an evidence. So obviously, digitally, things could have been used as an evidence as well. But in terms of trade documents, this paper held a really it was prestigious. Basically, the paper documents, they were prestigious. Now things are changing with XDC network and these other projects that are trying to tokenize these trade documents. When things will change, those tokenized assets, those tokenized bills of lading, those invoices, they can be used as an evidence as well, and it will have the same effect as an equivalent paper trade document. So this is what we're talking about, folks. Let me repose this as well. So the first pioneers to carry this out, none other than Lloyds Bank and Enigio. So these are huge. And look at this. And the DLT-based technology they used for this is none other than Enigio on XDC, which they've also invested in. I mean, this is huge, folks. The UK hasn't been the fastest with crypto regulations by enemies, by any means, but when it comes to real-world DLT utility, we've seen nothing but great progress here. At the moment, the enemy has been the higher-ups, the authorities that have curtailed the progress, but with the new regime on board steering the car, I think now these enemies of this industry, I think they are decreasing as we're speaking. So this is great. And seeing the UK officially implement MLETR on a legal level and have their first ever trade executed via MLETR, that's history right there. Obviously, this is history, folks, because this is a crucial step in the world of finance, be it global trade, be it payments, be it anything, be it in the way we invest into real estate. Everything is changing, folks. Behind the scenes, everything is changing, but we haven't realized it yet. Let me take you to Jacob King over here. Recently, we have seen that the market has really dropped. Look at this. A bloodbath today with over 1.9 trillion wiped out from the stock and crypto markets. This is the largest market drop since March 2020 when the pandemic sparked a historic crash, folks. So these are natural. It has happened. Crashes have happened throughout the course of history. So it is depressing. I know it is difficult to look at the charts. It is difficult to be honest, but these are also good buying opportunities, as they say that you are only in a loss when you sell. So I'm not saying that hodl you have to take profits whenever possible, but if you haven't taken any profits, these are the times to be DCing, hodling. These are not the times to be selling good potential projects. I'm not talking about memes, and I'm not talking about shit coins or even other coins that have no potential for the future. Bloomberg data shows the Magnificent Seven stocks just recorded the biggest single-day market cap loss in history, shedding over $830 billion today. I read somewhere that Elon Musk's Tesla also took a huge blow, and even it had an impact on his overall net worth as well. So this is how huge it is, folks. Anyways, let me share with you this post over here. The title of the video is inspired from this as well. Subjective views over here says that just in, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson says regulating crypto is a national security concern. Folks, now this is what we're talking about when we're talking about regulations and these utility projects that we often cover, be it XDC network, XRP, XLM, QNT, hbar, DAG. Folks, all of them are focusing on regulations. They are focusing primarily on legality, on compliance, and indeed, this is a national security concern. If this industry is left untamed, regulations are important. Obviously, they're important. Many people say that regulations are not important. Crypto should be left on its own whim and desires. But we have seen the FTX scandal. We have seen the Luna crash. We've seen so much happen, folks, and people losing money. I saw certain documentaries where there have been hacks, scams. We saw the SafeMoon scam. There is so much happening, and we do not have that proper framework to keep the investors safe and secure, folks. So regulations are indeed important, and it indeed is a national security concern. I second this statement over here, folks. So let's see what this video is all about. Let's find out.
You talked about regulatory uncertainty. You talked about...
Just a moment, let me check if the volume is up, because oftentimes I forget that as well. And then I remember, yeah.
You talked about regulatory uncertainty. One of the areas our students are interested in cryptos, digital assets. What do you think is likely to happen there with stablecoin bills and what the SEC gets to do, what the CFTC gets to do, what needs to happen through legislation? Is there a timeline?
That's another thing, as soon as possible. And now I'm really heartened by the fact that this president has embraced this new digital currency and crypto and blockchain and all that. We have an AI czar and crypto czar, and David Sachs, who comes from the industry and is very knowledgeable and excellent at what he does. They had a big, they had the big gathering at the White House a couple days ago, and the president said in simple terms, he said, the people who will be regulating crypto now love crypto and they don't hate crypto. As simple as that sounds, it's a pretty important formula. People who will embrace the new technology and come up with a sort of a market structure framework that will help it to flourish. We don't want other countries to jump ahead of us on this, and certainly we're in a competition with China on everything. It's a national security concern in some respect that we stay in front of them on AI and crypto and everything that comes from big tech. And I think we have the right people in place to do that. So they will help guide Congress. You don't want to turn Congress loose to regulate something they don't fully understand. Okay, so we had a...
we at the Pasaris Center are willing and ready to help them figure that out.
Thank you. We'll need it. We'll need it. There's a lot of interest. The interest level is much higher than the understanding. I don't mean just among Congress. I mean among everyone. And so we have a steep learning curve education. We're sort of blue ocean territory in some ways on this. And so we've got to be careful. We don't want Congress to over-regulate it. We don't want to stifle innovation, but you certainly do need some stability on a cryptocurrency that a lot of people don't fully even understand.
So folks, what do you guys think about XDC network? Do you think that XDC network is indeed solving huge problems, even 140 plus year problems? And do you think that indeed regulations are important in this space and are of a huge national security concern? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by becoming a Patreon. Anyways, like I always say in the end, until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.